Hello all, this is Vasuki from Computer Science and Engineering Department. In this video, we are going to discuss about neural networks and deep learning concept. So first we have to know about what is the basics of neural networks. So first one, we have to know about what is neural network and what is deep learning. So here the neural networks are computing system, so which is inspired by the biological neuron and the networks in animal brains or else any human being brains. So that is normally called as an biological neurons. So when we are moving to the computerized neuron, it is called as an artificial neurons, because all the data are we are transmitting from one layer to another layer. These neural networks consisting of many layers called input layer and hidden layer and output layer. So which means the data will be transferred from one layer to another layer, so which is purely consisting of neurons only. So that's why it is called as an artificial neurons. The next one is a deep learning. So it is a subset of machine learning that allows the neural networks which may contain n number of deep layers. So that's why it is called as an too much of complex pattern, which means the hidden layer consisting of more than one layer. So that's why it is called as a deep learning. Then next we have to know about, if we are taking as a neuron, means how it will be processing actually the data, how transferred from one neuron to another neuron. So what are the inbuilt processes happen means, first we have to know about the basic components of neural networks. So first one is neurons. So it is a basic unit that receives the input, then applies a function. It may be a step function or else any sigmoid function. And here we have to just apply some activation function and passes out. Then next one is weights. So it is a strength of the connection between the neurons. So which means whenever I am assigning the data for one neuron, how it will be transferred from one neuron to another neuron. So that will be calculated with the help of weights. The next one is bias. So it allows shifting the activation function. It may be consisting of step function or else any sigmoid activation function. Okay. The next one, it introduced the non-linearity algorithms called RELU, then sigmoid function, then tau functions. So these are all the main components of the neural network. And additionally we have to know about the loss function. So which means based on the loss function, then only we can identify the prediction error, whether we are processing that entire calculation is goes a good manner or else it may contain any deviation for the output. So which means we have to predict the value. So that's why we are measuring the prediction error value using MSE, the cross entropy. And the next concept is backpropagation. So it is the algorithm to adjust the weight to find out the minimal error loss function. So for example, if I am taking as an one problem, during applying all kind of activation function and completely all the steps are completed with the help of neural network components, means the final error value should be close to the actual value. So if it is getting too much of deviation, means again we have to change the weight and again we have to reprocess the entire concept. So when we are reaching the very closest value, then only the value will be accepted for final result. If it is not received the same value, we have to again and again change the weight when we have to reprocess the entire neuron process. Okay. The next one is the neural network components. So here the deep learning is nothing but neural network plus many number of hidden layers. It may contain 10 or 1000 or we do not know. So it contains two complex pattern based on the problems. The hidden layer will be processed. Then next it learns a hierarchical representation, like first stage is pixel, then edges, then shape into the final values faces. Okay. Then next, the types of neural networks are feed forward neural network, that is called as an FNN, and basic, or it consists of basic architecture and classification task. The next one is a convolutional neural network. So here it is called as an CNN, image processing and object detection. Then third one is recurrent neural network, that is called as an RNN, It is used for sequential data like text and time series. Whenever we are moving to the weather prediction or else any health related data, we are checking the time series manner, means better we can apply the recurrent neural network. The next one, long short term memory. So it is the advanced concept of recurrent neural network. So it is handled the long term dependency values. The next one is a short term memory. LSTM, advanced RRN, handles long term dependencies. The next one is a generative adversarial networks, GAN. It is a image generation task. Then last one is a transformer. It perform natural language processing tasks like a ChatGPT and BERT. The next one is applications of deep learning. So first one is a self-driving cars and face recognition, language translation, medical diagnosis, and chatbots. Then popular deep learning frameworks are TensorFlow, which is used by Google, PyTorch, which is used by Meta and Facebook, and Keras used for high-level application program interface for TensorFlow values. The next deep learning workflow are data collection, data pre-processing, model building, training, evaluation, and deployment. Thank you.